Hey, welcome back to John C. DeVore Stadium, where the Olympian Eagles and Poway Titans will have a rematch in the round one of their playoff playoffs week here. We will talk a little bit about the game with Coach Troy Starr. Coach, these two teams played earlier in the week. We talked about that. What do you do as a coach? Do you change things from the week one encounter, or do you just try to do the things you did well in the first encounter better?
Well, this first encounter was 42-41, so both defensive coaches, I'm sure, are making adjustments. They're going to do things a little differently because those are really high scores.
Yeah, so when something like that happens, usually the opposite happens, where it become very low scoring. What do you think is going to happen?
It can, because you really gear up because the defense played so poorly. You can also make adjustments to your plays offensively, block them differently, tag routes a little bit, and give them little wrinkles. So, yeah, those are the things you do the second time around.
All right.
The biggest thing is you got to get them mentally ready to go.
And that's easier said than done sometimes,
yeah.
Right? Well, speaking of mentally ready, that has to apply to our esteemed colleague, Rick Willis, who is always mentally ready. Take it away, Mr. Willis up north.
I'm normally mentally ready when I have a burger in my hand, but they're still cooking it right now. By the way, RBV hosting Santana. That's our Tri-City Medical Center, North County, a game of the week. I rate snack bars all the time. Ramona, I rate it as the best, but RBV might have caught them. RBV now has a person delivering food into the stands. Tonight it'll be hot chocolate, coffee, burgers, and hot dogs. And speaking of delivering burgers, I have a Gretchen over there grabbing one for me, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get it in time to just show you just how darn good it is for the RBV Longhorn Burger, certified Angus beef. Not that I'm trying to sell you, but if you come out to RBV, hit up the snack bar. It is delicious. I'm sure that Matt Gilson is eating pretty well out there in the East County, where he's from.
Yeah, hey, if they're doing delivery, see if they can deliver down to Granite Hills. That'd be great. We'd be up for some if you can send some our way. The Eagles come into this one as the favorite, the number 6 seed against West Hills. Now, Granite went undefeated in the Grossmont Valley League. West Hills played in the Grossmont Hills League, which had some tougher competition overall. 2 open division teams in Helix and Grossmont. We caught up with Austin Dill of the Wolfpack, asked him if those games helped prepare the Wolfpack, especially as they go into the pressure cooker of the playoffs.
Playoff game, most of our athletes, we're more focused on doing our job and executing, not as much as just getting those highlight plays. We're playing more for the win than we are for ourselves.
Now, you guys have had some big games in league going up against some really tough teams. What have you learned from that? How's that prepared you for this game?
Our main focus from those league games were definitely special teams, because that cost us some close games, especially games like Steel Canyon. So we really focused on getting better at that and playing as a team.
That's all from us right now at Granite Hills. Much more to come later with the highlights. Allison Edmonds, take it away.
United States Navy retired.
Thank you so much, Matt. I am out here at La Jolla High School, where the Vikings are getting ready to take on the Mar Vista Mariners in the first round of this Division III playoff game. Now, the La Jolla Vikings are the 7th seed, while Mar Vista is the 10th seed. So La Jolla has a slight edge over this Mariner team, but we will see what happens. Anything can happen in high school football. There's a light crowd here tonight, as everyone said, with observance of Veterans Day, schools being off today, but it's still going to be a good game. Teams are getting pumped. They're observing Veterans Day behind us. And so we'll have more highlights for you at 10:30 on the Prep Picks Report. But for right now, John Soderman, I will send it down to you in the South Bay.
Thank you. We have Chula Vista hosting Coronado, but look what the PPR found as Mike Salcedo zooms into the refs. One of the refs there, the smallest one, guess what? The only female ref in the San Diego section. Her name is Laurie Stratton. I was walking along the field, and I saw like a kind of a ponytail, and I said, my dear, how many female refs in the San Diego section? And she looked at me, she said, you're looking at it. So Laurie Stratton will be refereeing this game, the only female ref in the San Diego section. What do you think of that, Maddie?
That is awesome. Well, I'm out here at Ramona, but not for a Bulldogs game. I am out here for the small school game of the week between Julian and Calvin Christian, which also happens to be the 8-man championship game. Now, Julian enters this game 7-2, and I have a feeling the Eagles are going to be running the ball a lot, because they have a running back by the name of Ozzie Martinez, who has over 1,300 rushing yards for 17 touchdowns. Now, on the other side, Calvin Christian is entering this game undefeated. Yeah, that's right. They are undefeated, and they know what it's like to play in this championship game. They were here last year, but unfortunately for the Crusaders, they lost, but they are back and they are hungry for that championship win. One name that you'll hear a lot is Daniel Esquierra. He is the running back. You'll hear that name a lot in the highlights, so make sure you catch the highlights later on tonight. I mean, I don't know why you won it. It's the 8-man championship. So, Paul, I'll send it back to you.
Maddie, you and Allison have been a breath of fresh air to the PPR. Job well done, young lady. Just a quick reminder, everybody, it takes a village to put this show on the air, Coach. We're only at 19 games, which means there'll only be 19 Hogcasts uploaded to KUSI.com tonight. Usually it's in upwards of 30 as we try to bring you not only the highlights, but the interesting sidebar stories. Sidebar stories like this one from Week 11. Take a listen.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing here and some of the profits, where that's going, and just tell me a little bit about your business.
Well, basically we do tacos. We're selling here for everybody that comes by, and we're giving a percentage to the team.
Can we call it a Papa Pig? Can we get something going? Little special ingredients? Throwing this in here.
We make the tortillas with dough. There's nothing here but corn, salt, and water.
I'm gonna take a bite right here. La taquiza. That's good stuff.
We have a lot of eaters on our team. Well done, Shane. Brian Dutch is getting ready to take on the San Diego Christian Hawks. Should be a pretty one-sided scrimmage in game uniforms, but then again, you never know.
We'll pay San Diego Christian their respect, and we'll spend tomorrow getting ready for them. A lot of our breakdown drills are gauged toward Tuesday's game. So if we all of a sudden get upset on Friday, that will be in due partly to what I'm doing right now with the team.
Coach Dutch, he does a good job of when it's time to be serious, when it's time to get work done. He does a good job of making that clear. If we want to move forward in the right way, we have to put our trust into the coaches and believe what they're saying and just have them lead the way, but at the same time, trying to do our best to be a player-driven team.
Now with the Breeders' Cup behind us, the Del Mar meet just settles into the Bing Crosby season. This is your featured seventh. Trevor Dedman makes the featured seventh call.
Speakers on the outside. Miss Wakaya, we down to 2. Miss Wakaya digs deep and finds more. And Miss Wakaya has won it. Speakers was second.
Miss Waikaya with Rafael Bejarano aboard, your winner, the Steve Mayadi trained 3-year-old filly paying $10.60 on the $2 bet to win. And we'll finish up with this. Conor McGregor made quite the scene in his native Dublin, Ireland Thursday, moments after Charlie Ward knocks out John Redmond. The notorious one jumps into the ring. The problem being that McGregor was not a licensed cornerman. Security guards are called and things get sketchy as Conor has to get bum rushed out of the octagon. Apparently, Conor has a problem with referee Mark Goddard right there, and it just flat out got ugly. No one really knows why. And just a quick reminder, tonight on the PPR, we're going to unveil Silver Pigskin finalist number 7. Who is it? Well, you'll find out 10:30 tonight on the Prep Pigskin Report. And Coach, a young man from Calvin Christian, we threw him on the spot, asked him to sing. And then I had the audacity to tease him, so we're going to...
For Rick Willis.
Yeah.
Buddy Holly.
3, 2, 1. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue, Peggy. All right, see,
3 times.
See, poor kid from Calvin Christian, we're just as bad. All right, back to you guys in the news studio.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
A for effort.